This is ABC.
Business Now, an inside look, is brought to you by Nextel. You've never used a phone like this before. And by Ernst & Young, LLP, from thought to finish. And by Silicon Valley Bank, from ideas to IPOs.
One of the things that attorneys have had to endure is a never-ending supply of lawyer jokes. But it's no laughing matter that many law firms are drowning in paper as their cases grow larger and more complex. Business Now's Mike Sanford discovered one San Francisco company that's harnessed the power of the internet to create an innovative way to diminish the document dilemma.
You could walk till your shoes wore out, go through boxes till your fingers bled, and you still might not scratch the surface of the sheer volume of documents pertaining to any one complex litigation. Welcome to American law in the 21st century.
Major cases can easily involve millions of pages of documents, especially during the discovery phase. The challenge for law firms is making these mountains of material available to anyone who needs them, while keeping them secure from those who should not have access.
Brooklyn Law School professor Joseph Rand says all the techno advances of the past 25 years, copiers, faxes, email, helped create these monster cases. That and the growth of class action suits, toxic or tobacco torts and the like, as well as the emergence of multinational law firms.
So you don't just have one law firm working on a case, you have perhaps 2, 3, or dozens working on the same case. Well, you can't have every document at every law office and every branch office of every law office. It's just simply impossible.
The result, says Rand, law firms spend excessive amounts of time and expense locating, printing, collating, and transferring material, often overwhelming lawyers, which may prevent them from doing the best for their clients.
It takes a lot of time away from what lawyers should be doing, which is practicing, which is representing their clients.
But now a San Francisco company has a new approach to the document deluge. CaseCentral.com had already been a successful document repository service since the mid-1990s. But in May of 1999, they took advantage of new technology to solve the paperwork problem by utilizing the tremendous potential of the internet.
And when we finally got there, it felt like I got hit over the head by a 2x4, saying, oh, this is a perfect environment to do this kind of work. And we are really opening some eyes to some relatively skeptical people. And that's very satisfying personally, that we can do that.
But how do they do that? Case Central creates a specific homepage for every case. Then they take every document, every bit of data related to that litigation, have it imaged, and load it onto the website.
At CaseCentral.com, you have lawyers and paralegals and clerks spread out all over the world, literally, and they can simultaneously have access to the document collections, update, share information, change calendars, and really administer their case via the internet.
Users enter each case homepage by accessing Case Central's website and providing their ID and password. Once they're in, they can add or delete documents, use cross-referencing to find things, view and magnify, and utilize built-in web crawlers to help find related cases and other key legal information. Law firms can print documents themselves or have CaseCentral.com do it for them. The service even helps track billing and allows case calendars to be updated instantly to everyone involved in the case.
We take your data, we take your images, and we put it up on our servers. We're responsible for loading it, for making sure that the data is correct, for making sure the security is adequate, and all you've got to do is have a browser, access to the internet, and you can access your data.
Experts say law firms have traditionally been a bit slow to embrace new technology. Attorneys aren't really trained for high tech. They worry about the security of their documents on the web, and many don't want to spend time learning complex systems. But Professor Rand says CaseCentral.com's addressed all those concerns.
You have all this space that you can store things on. You can limit access, so you have security, and you have a browser that people intuitively learn how to use very quickly. It's got a very shallow learning curve.
Robert Davis is a partner with Crowell and Mooring LLP, a Washington, D.C. firm that handles a good deal of large antitrust and environmental litigation.
Well, I think CaseCentral.com has allowed us to be better lawyers because
It's allowed us to be able to find our documents and continue to litigate and win cases. That's the important thing, and it's actually the bottom line for clients.
And they're not alone. Already more than 150 of the nation's largest law firms are CaseCentral.com clients.
And by using our technology, not only are they administrating their cases internally well, but they're also using it to get business themselves. They're saying, gee, you want to hire us? Here's the technology that we're going to use to administer your case.
What CaseCentral.com gives you is the ability to compete successfully as a small firm with either other small firms or with very large firms. It levels the playing field.
Eventually, Freeman, Kruse, and others see this document management technology expanding into other information-intensive fields like healthcare, banking, insurance, or journalism. For now, CaseCentral's goal is to convince virtually all the nation's law firms that their service is now pretty much a necessity.
I can't imagine doing it the old way. If I thought I had to go back and take out my yellow pad and pen and continue to work that way in a case of this size, I'm afraid I'd go find a new profession.
The only downside to this technology is going to come for those people that don't take advantage of the technology, that get left behind.
CaseCentral.com will certainly face competition in this arena, but for now, experts say they've got the early lead. And the company says they intend to build on that lead by showing law firms that their way of using the web is the best way to stay on the case.